20 celebrities that ruined their careers with one interview. Ever heard the saying, one slip of the tongue can change your life? Get ready to witness how 20 of our favorite stars took a nosedive from fame to infamy with just one interview. You won't believe what they said and how it all went down. Fasten your seatbelts for a shocking ride through the careers of celebrities who self-destructed in the blink of an eye. This is 20 celebrities that ruined their careers with one interview, a dramatic dive into the power of a single moment. Joaquin Phoenix. During a 2009 visit to The Late Show with David Letterman, Joaquin Phoenix conducted himself in a manner that was both peculiar and widely discussed. Throughout the interview, Phoenix seemed disorganized, unkempt, and provided elusive, irrational answers to Letterman's inquiries. This peculiar conduct led to widespread speculation that Phoenix might have been under the influence of substances or experiencing mental health challenges. Phoenix's appearance on The Late Show turned out to be a significant public relations fiasco. His odd behavior was met with widespread mockery and criticism, casting doubt on his mental health and professionalism. This event had a considerable negative impact on Phoenix's standing in the entertainment industry and among the public. Following the Letterman incident, Phoenix's career momentum slowed. He took an extended hiatus from acting, and upon his return, he faced challenges in securing significant roles. The incident's aftermath made some in the industry wary of collaborating with him due to concerns about potential erratic conduct on set. Despite the setbacks, Phoenix managed to rehabilitate his career and public image. He made a comeback in acting, delivering lauded performances in movies such as The Master and Joker, with the latter earning him an Academy Award. Nonetheless, the repercussions of his Late Show appearance persisted, acting as a cautionary tale about the potential consequences of public misbehavior for celebrities. Belle Gibson. Belle Gibson, a wellness advocate from Australia, gained popularity in 2013 by asserting that she had overcome her terminal brain cancer through non-traditional treatments and dietary changes. She amassed a substantial social media presence and launched a well-received cookbook and app, both titled The Whole Pantry. In 2015, however, it emerged that Gibson had fabricated her cancer diagnosis. The truth about Gibson's deception came to light following skepticism about the veracity of her narrative. She later admitted that her claims were baseless, including the assertions that she had cancer, had made promised donations to charitable organizations, and had experienced the spread of cancer to different parts of her body. In 2017, Gibson was penalized with a fine of 410,000 Australian dollars, equivalent to 240,000 British pounds, for deceiving her audience and violating consumer protection regulations. The presiding judge characterized Gibson's actions as indicative of her unceasing preoccupation with herself and her self-interest. Gibson defaulted on the payment of her fine, prompting further inquiries into her financial dealings, such as her investments in digital currencies, travel to Africa, spending on clothing, and rental payments. Despite earning over $440,000 from the sales of her book and app, she only made a minimal contribution to charitable causes. The fallout from the scandal effectively ended Gibson's professional and public standing. She evaded court appearances and did not accept accountability for her deceit. The ongoing legal dispute underscores the repercussions of Gibson's deceitful actions and the impact on her followers, who had trusted her claims about battling cancer. Stick with me for a minute. If you're not loving this video, tell me what's not working for you in the comments. I'm all ears. Number 18. Alex Pettyfer. For up-and-coming actors in Hollywood, disparaging the very place that provides their livelihood is generally considered unwise. Yet, this is precisely what Alex Pettyfer from England did in 2011. After gaining recognition through roles in I Am Number 4 and Stormbreaker, Pettyfer's career seemed to be on an upward trajectory. However, during an interview with V-Man, the actor launched into a profanity-laced tirade against Los Angeles. He referred to the city as an insidious pool, labeled it socially disgusting, criticized its female residents, and likened pursuing an acting career to the experience of being in prison. These harsh comments, combined with a reputation for being challenging to collaborate with, led to a slowdown in Pettyfer's career as major film projects began to seek out other talents. Tom Cruise. In 2005, Tom Cruise participated in a notably odd and erratic episode of The Oprah Winfrey Show. Throughout the segment, Cruise was seen hopping on Oprah's sofa, passionately expressing his affection for his then-partner Katie Holmes, and displaying peculiar conduct that left viewers feeling bewildered. During this period, Cruise also openly criticized actress Brooke Shields for utilizing antidepressants to cope with her postpartum depression. As a Scientologist, Cruise deemed psychiatric medications as irresponsible, advocating instead for vitamins and physical activity. Shields countered by justifying her choice and suggested that Cruise should focus on fighting extraterrestrial threats. Cruise's peculiar demeanor persisted during a tense conversation with Matt Lauer on The Today Show, where he forcefully rebutted Lauer's inquiries regarding psychiatry and medication. This contentious interaction further tarnished Cruise's public perception. Cruise's peculiar public displays and contentious views on mental health had a considerable effect on his professional standing. He forfeited a profitable production agreement with Paramount Pictures, and his actions were widely ridiculed and criticized in the media. Although Cruise was able to bounce back and maintain his acting career, the harm to his reputation persisted for an extended period. Piers Morgan. In 2014, Piers Morgan engaged in a heated discussion with comedian Chelsea Handler on his CNN program. The interaction rapidly became acrimonious, as Handler took issue with Morgan looking at his phone during their dialogue. Handler later revisited the footage, labeling Morgan a stubborn individual who has remained unchanged. In March 2021, Piers Morgan encountered significant opposition over his remarks concerning Meghan Markle's mental health struggles, as revealed during her interview with Oprah Winfrey. He cast doubt on Markle's assertion that she experienced suicidal ideation while serving as a member of the royal family. The UK's broadcasting regulatory body Ofcom subsequently absolved Morgan of any misconduct, asserting that his views were within the boundaries of free speech and that he had the right to challenge Markle's narrative vigorously. Nonetheless, the controversy precipitated Morgan's exit from ITV's Good Morning Britain. Although Morgan's professional path has withstood various controversies, his skepticism regarding Markle's mental health battles marked a pivotal moment. The public backlash and his eventual departure from Good Morning Britain underscored the potential repercussions of trivializing mental health concerns, even for well-known media figures. Despite this, Morgan has maintained a resolute stance, persisting in his defense and portraying himself as an advocate for freedom of expression. Enjoying this video? Like and subscribe for more. Not feeling it? A like would still be appreciated, and your comments will help me do better next time. Liam Neeson. In a startling 2019 conversation with The Independent, acclaimed actor Liam Neeson shared a deeply unsettling event from his past that risked damaging his career. Neeson disclosed that following the sexual assault of a close friend by a black individual, he was consumed by a vengeful impulse. The actor confessed that for nearly a week he roamed the streets with a weapon, seeking out a confrontation with a black bastard to exact his revenge. Neeson expressed profound remorse for his behavior, recognizing that his thoughts were horrible and awful. This disclosure led to extensive indignation and denunciation. Neeson's racial slurs and his quest for vengeance predicated on racial grounds were deemed inadmissible, irrespective of the context of his friend's violation. Although Neeson sought to elucidate his remarks on Good Morning America, emphasizing his intention to underscore the ruinous impact of revenge, the harm to his reputation had already materialized. The actor was left facing an unpredictable professional landscape in Hollywood, with conjectures rife that he might be replaced in forthcoming projects due to the uproar. Neeson's career, distinguished by successful action movies like Taken and Cold Pursuit, was now at risk. Given the entertainment industry's heightened sensitivity to adverse publicity in the #Me Too era, it was improbable that such a racially charged debacle would be countenanced. John Mayer. During a 2010 interview with Playboy, musician John Mayer made a series of contentious and racially charged comments that led to significant public backlash. When inquired if black women pursued him romantically, Mayer responded, "I don't think I open myself to it. My dick is sort of like a white supremacist. I've got a Benetton heart and a fucking David Duke cock." I'm going to start dating separately from my dick. He also used a racial slur in the interview, attempting to deconstruct the term intellectually, but admitting the complexity of such an emotionally laden word. Mayer's statements were met with immediate disapproval from many, including notable black artists like Talib Kweli and Ice-T. He issued an apology on Twitter stating, "I am sorry that I used the word, and it's such a shame that I did because the point I was trying to make was in the exact opposite spirit of the word itself." Although the interview generated substantial backlash, it did not permanently damage Mayer's career. He has since admitted to his past errors, admitting he was a jerk, and has matured and improved since then. Numerous fans contend that it is unjust to keep referring to the contentious interview from more than 10 years ago, given that Mayer has both apologized and demonstrated personal growth. Chris Harrison. In a 2021 conversation with Rachel Lindsay, once a star of Bachelorette on Extra, Chris Harrison, the enduring presenter of The Bachelor, articulated various contentious and racially charged comments that resulted in his exit from the series. Throughout the discussion, Harrison defended participant Rachel Kirkconnell against accusations of racism, asserting that he was not the arbiter of social consciousness and that individuals should not evaluate others based on their historical conduct. Harrison's remarks ignited extensive indignation and opposition, with numerous detractors criticizing his indifferent and disregarding stance towards racial prejudice. He faced allegations of trivializing Kirkconnell's behavior and suggesting she was not accountable for her past actions. The interview was broadly denounced, with many demanding Harrison's resignation. Harrison's employment of the phrase woke police was especially rebuked, as it was perceived as a belittling and patronizing term that understated the significance of tackling racial discrimination. His statements were also viewed as a violation of the series' dedication to diversity and inclusivity. The uproar encircling Harrison's interview led to a substantial backlash, with many devotees and patrons detaching themselves from the series. Harrison's reputation was gravely tarnished, and he was ultimately compelled to relinquish his role as host of The Bachelor. The episode underscored the significance of tact and perception in addressing matters of racial bias and unfair treatment. It also highlighted the necessity for greater diversity and portrayal in the media and entertainment sectors. In the wake of the controversy, Harrison offered a sequence of apologies, admitting that his comments were distressing and objectionable. He also declared that he would be taking a temporary hiatus from the series to enlighten himself on matters of racial bias and unfair treatment. Despite his attempts to apologize and rectify the situation, Harrison's career and standing were irrevocably impacted by the controversy. The incident served as a cautionary tale regarding the importance of delicacy and vigilance in addressing issues of racial bias and discrimination, and the imperative for greater diversity and representation in the media and entertainment industries. Paula Deen. In 2013, renowned chef Paula Deen encountered a legal dispute accusing her of racial and sexual discrimination within her eateries. During a sworn statement, Deen's testimony caused her public image to deteriorate. She confessed to having used racial derogations on multiple occasions, affirming, "Yes, of course." Additionally, Deen's testimony exposed her contemplation of a plantation-style wedding event where she envisioned servers costumed as slaves. Deen's reaction to the scandal was perceived as insincere. She portrayed herself as a target of defamation, arguing she would not have terminated her own employment under the circumstances. However, her sworn statement was widely criticized and denounced. The absence of a heartfelt apology from Deen, except for a video message released subsequently, further eroded her standing. The disclosure from the sworn statement sparked a considerable backlash, with numerous individuals demanding Deen's removal from her Food Network program. The channel ultimately chose not to extend her contract. Deen's professional and public image were gravely affected by her contentious testimony, signaling a notable decline for the once renowned chef. Deen's reluctance to recognize and express regret for her behavior, preferring to concentrate on her own supposed mistreatment, intensified the predicament. Her deficiency of responsibility and insincere tone in her apology video further established her character as someone who had become disconnected from the principles of inclusivity and consideration. Ultimately, Deen's sworn statement and the subsequent apology video did little to restore her professional status. Her reputation was permanently marred by her contentious testimony, acting as a warning about the significance of responsibility and genuine remorse when confronted with scandal. Rate Paula Deen's crisis management with a 9, poor, or 0, adequate. Comment with your thoughts and share to highlight the significance of taking responsibility for one's actions. Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson's atypical approach to parenting, especially his custom of having children stay overnight in his bedroom at Neverland Ranch, led to extensive debate and disapproval that eventually harmed his standing and profession. In the 2003 documentary Living with Michael Jackson, the music legend freely talked about and justified his choice to let kids, including his own, sleep in his bed. This disclosure initiated an inquiry and resulted in Jackson being indicted on various counts of child molestation in 2005. The subsequent court case, People v. Jackson, turned into a heavily covered media spectacle. Jackson was eventually found not guilty of all 14 charges, but his reputation had already been compromised. The public's strong reaction to the accusations, along with Jackson's own confessions about his sleepovers, left a negative impact on his heritage. Apart from his legal issues, Jackson was also burdened with substantial debt, with legal papers showing he was more than $500 million in arrears at the time of his passing in 2009. This financial strain was intensified by a multitude of other lawsuits and claims against him, further damaging his public perception. Even after being acquitted, Jackson never completely bounced back from the repercussions of the 2005 trial. The disputes about his personal life and parenting decisions continued to pursue him until his premature death, irrevocably changing the public's view of the once celebrated king of pop. The enduring consequences of the sleepover scandal and the following legal disputes highlight the severe and enduring harm that can be inflicted on a celebrity's reputation, even with an acquittal. Jackson's narrative serves as a warning about the significance of upholding suitable limits and the repercussions of non-traditional actions, even when performed with the best of intentions. Lance Armstrong. For a long time, Lance Armstrong was celebrated as a cycling hero, securing victory in the challenging Tour de France an unprecedented 7 times. Yet his extraordinary triumphs were underpinned by a culture of drug use and dishonesty that eventually resulted in the collapse of his profession and standing. In 2012, the United States Anti-Doping Agency, USADA, invalidated all of Armstrong's achievements from 1998 onward, encompassing his 7 Tour de France championships. The USADA contended that Armstrong was at the helm of the most advanced, specialized and victorious drug program that sports has ever encountered. Although he initially refuted the claims, Armstrong had to face the reality in a 2013 conversation with Oprah Winfrey. In the interview, Armstrong confessed to the use of multiple substances designed to boost performance throughout his cycling career, such as EPO, testosterone, and blood doping methods. He recognized that his flawless narrative was a fabrication, admitting, "This narrative was so flawless for such an extended period. It's this myth, this flawless narrative, and it was not factual." The repercussions of Armstrong's admission were immediate and harsh. Key sponsors, including Nike, Radio Shack, and Anheuser-Busch, rapidly cut their connections with the discredited cyclist, costing him millions of dollars. Armstrong's standing was irrevocably damaged, and he was stripped of his Olympic bronze medal and prohibited from competitive cycling for life. Billy Bush. In 2005, TV personality Billy Bush found himself on a bus with then television personality Donald Trump, oblivious to the fact that their conversation was being captured by active microphones. During this journey, Trump and Bush engaged in a crude and sexist dialogue about women, with Trump bragging about his capacity to sexually harass women due to his celebrity status and influence. Trump detailed his endeavors to seduce a married woman, remarking, "I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything. Grab 'em by the pussy. You can do anything." Bush could be heard chuckling and encouraging Trump's remarks, acting as an eager accomplice in the exchange. When the Washington Post released the Access Hollywood tape just a month before the 2016 presidential election, it sparked a significant controversy. Bush was instantly put on leave from his position as a co-host on NBC's Today Show, and within a week he was dismissed. The recording severely tarnished Bush's public image and reputation, with critics labeling his actions as ingratiating and ethically corrupt. Bush later conceded that the ordeal taught him that life isn't fair, and that he needed to have his ass handed to him. Following his dismissal from Today, Bush endeavored to resurrect his career. He resorted to alcohol to deal with the repercussions, and it took him several years to secure a new position in the field. In 2019, Bush was appointed as the host of the syndicated entertainment news program Extra, signifying his re-entry to television. However, his reputation had been permanently marred, and he has not been able to recapture the level of success he had before the Access Hollywood scandal. The Access Hollywood tape continues to be a pivotal episode in Billy Bush's professional journey, acting as a warning about the repercussions of endorsing and engaging in inappropriate and unethical conduct, even in what seems to be a private context. 5 Seconds of Summer. In 2015, the Australian pop-rock group 5 Seconds of Summer became entangled in a scandal after a series of controversial statements during an MTV Video Music Awards interview. The band's presumptuous and self-centered conduct risked damaging their rising career. During the interview, 5 Seconds of Summer's members made several contentious comments that attracted extensive disapproval. They equated themselves to the iconic Beatles, deemed the American Music Awards insignificant, and criticized fellow pop artist Justin Bieber. Most harmfully, they seemed to demean their largely female fan base, the very demographic that had driven their climb to stardom. The band's conceited and out-of-touch remarks were broadly viewed as the conduct of self-absorbed pretenders, more focused on self-promotion than engaging with their audience. Their bare appearance on a magazine cover further contributed to the view of the band as more image-obsessed than substance-driven. The response was immediate and harsh, with numerous fans and critics charging the band with estranging their core audience and exhibiting an arrogance inappropriate for a group still in the early phases of their career. The scandal threatened to erase the goodwill and momentum the band had established, possibly endangering their enduring success. Although 5 Seconds of Summer survived the controversy and managed to bounce back, the 2015 event serves as a warning about the perils of self-love and the significance of preserving modesty and appreciation for one's supporters, even amid success. The band's era highlights the vulnerability of a celebrity's standing and the necessity for prudent handling of public image to avoid a detrimental and potentially career-altering counteraction. Paula Abdul. In 2007, Paula Abdul, at the time a judge on the popular television program American Idol, conducted a series of interviews to publicize the upcoming season that would ultimately tarnish her reputation and professional standing. During a conversation with Seattle's Fox Q13 Morning News, Abdul exhibited peculiar conduct, oscillating from side to side, mumbling her words and uttering incoherent statements. A multitude of viewers hypothesized that Abdul was potentially influenced by alcohol or substances during the interview, even though her representatives refuted these allegations, asserting that she was merely fatigued from an extensive press tour. Regardless, the harm had been inflicted, as the interview spread rapidly and became an inextricable component of Abdul's legacy. Although Abdul would later reject the notion that the interview had a detrimental effect on her career, it certainly played a role in diminishing her public image and career prospects. 2 years subsequent to the incident, she departed from American Idol in the midst of a compensation dispute and largely vanished from the public eye for a period. The 2007 interview underscored the vulnerability of a celebrity's reputation and the enduring consequences of a single misstep, even if it was ultimately benign. Abdul's narrative serves as a warning about the significance of upholding composure and professionalism in the public eye, to prevent a fleeting instance of exhaustion or poor judgment from becoming an indelible blemish on one's career. The Chainsmokers. During a magazine interview, the electronic dance music pair the Chainsmokers became entangled in a scandal after making a string of dubious statements regarding their personal lives and perspectives. When inquired about their dynamic musical shows, the pair, made up of Andrew Taggart and Alex Pall, were excessively keen to flaunt their wild frat boy image and their inclination to engage with as many women as feasible, despite the fact that both members were in steadfast relationships at the time. Taggart and Pall's triumphant statements about their unfaithful actions and their disregard for their girlfriends were met with extensive disapproval. The duo faced severe condemnation for their insensitive and chauvinistic remarks, briefly becoming a topic of discussion in the music realm for the wrong reasons. "We're just frat bro dudes, you know what I mean? Loving ladies and stuff," Pall was reported to have said, a comment that only served to further exacerbate the backlash against the pair. The Chainsmokers' standing suffered considerably due to the interview, with numerous fans and critics charging them with perpetuating damaging stereotypes and dehumanizing women. While the duo's music continued to achieve commercial triumph, the controversy surrounding their personal behavior threatened to cast a shadow over their creative accomplishments. In the wake of the incident, the Chainsmokers were compelled to deal with the repercussions of their indiscreet comments, highlighting the vulnerability of a celebrity's public image and the necessity of exercising prudence and tact when engaging with the press. Prince Andrew. In a stunning 2019 conversation with BBC's Emily Maitlis, Prince Andrew's efforts to clarify his connections to the convicted sex criminal Jeffrey Epstein backfired dramatically, exacerbating the damage to his already compromised standing. Right from the beginning, the prince's answers were questionable. He bluntly refuted having ever encountered his accuser, Virginia Roberts-Giuffre, even in the face of photographic proof. This direct refutation only served to weaken his believability. However, the prince's most astonishing statement arrived when he professed that he did not rue his camaraderie with Epstein, as it had offered him beneficial chances. This out-of-touch comment revealed a deep absence of compassion and insight into Epstein's victims. Throughout the interview, Maitlis kept up a composed yet unyielding series of inquiries, clearly not persuaded by the prince's responses. Her unwavering professionalism was in stark contrast to Andrew's evasive and occasionally peculiar answers, further accentuating the frailty of his stance. The repercussions of the calamitous interview were immediate and harsh. Prince Andrew was compelled to resign from his public responsibilities, and his reputation was permanently marred. The once prominent royal found himself ostracized by the populace and relieved of his military ranks and affiliations. The Prince Andrew interview serves as a warning about the repercussions of flawed judgment and a failure to accept accountability. His incapacity to sympathize with Epstein's victims and his out-of-touch attempts to rationalize his relationship with the convicted sex criminal ultimately resulted in the collapse of his public image and the termination of his royal vocation. Megan Fox. In 2009, Megan Fox, known for her role in Transformers, became the epicenter of a media frenzy after she gave an interview to the British magazine Wonderland. In this interview, she made contentious remarks about director Michael Bay's behavior on set, comparing him to Nazi leader Adolf Hitler and calling him a nightmare to work for. The repercussions of Fox's statements were immediate and harsh. Shortly after the interview was published, she was dismissed from the Transformers franchise, not by Bay, but by the franchise's executive producer, Steven Spielberg. Although Fox has since collaborated with Bay again on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles films, which he produced, her significant roles have been scarce since the contentious interview. This incident underscored the vulnerability of a young actress's career when faced with a powerful director's discontent. Bay, who had initially cast Fox in the Transformers films, primarily for her looks, was reportedly displeased with her comments and supported her removal from the franchise. Many viewed Fox's comparison of Bay to Hitler as an overstatement, and her subsequent dismissal was seen by some as an overreaction to her overstatement. The controversy surrounding the interview and its aftermath threatened to derail Fox's career, as she found it increasingly challenging to secure high-profile roles following the incident. 1. R. Kelly. In the early 2000s, R. Kelly had supporters despite numerous accusations of sexual misconduct against him. In 2002, he was charged with child pornography, but was acquitted in 2008. However, an interview that year would further damage his already tarnished reputation. During the interview with Torre, Kelly was asked about his preference for teenage girls. His response was evasive and dismissive. "When you say teenage, how are we talking viewers?" This reaction only fueled the allegations of sexual abuse against underage girls. The interviewer's shock was evident, and it was clear that Kelly's defense was ineffective. Instead of addressing the gravity of the accusations, Kelly seemed flippant and indifferent, reinforcing the public's view of him as reckless and unrepentant. In the years that followed, Kelly's reputation worsened as more women accused him of sexual abuse and exploitation. The 2019 documentary, Surviving R. Kelly, exposed his predatory behavior, leading to the collapse of his music career and convictions on federal charges of racketeering and sex trafficking. Top 30 creepiest things caught on live TV.
Between takes, he might find him skydiving or motorcycling. Please welcome Rodney Alcala.
Live TV has a way of capturing the unexpected, but sometimes what's caught on camera goes far beyond surprising. It's downright chilling. From ghostly figures lurking in the background to mysterious lights responding to lasers and even shocking interruptions with cryptic messages, these moments will make you question everything. What would you do if the ordinary suddenly turned eerie? If the unexplained unfolded right before millions of viewers? Stay tuned as we count down the top 30 creepiest things caught on live TV. These are the moments that left audiences stunned, terrified, and asking, did that really just happen? Strange individual at congressional hearing. During a televised congressional hearing featuring Senator Chuck Grassley, an unsettling presence captured the audience's attention. A man in glasses sat silently behind the senator, his vacant, unblinking stare fixated directly on the camera. As the hearing unfolded, his lack of expression and eerily deliberate, slow blinks left viewers feeling unnerved. Despite his nondescript appearance, his behavior sparked widespread speculation. Some theorized he was one of Grassley's aides, though this was never confirmed. The man remained still for most of the broadcast, his fixed gaze creating an eerie atmosphere that drew more attention than the hearing itself. The mystery surrounding his identity and the purpose of his presence added to the tension. Social media exploded with memes and conspiracy theories, with many dubbing him the Congressional Spectre. No official explanation was ever provided. This moment remains a chilling reminder of how even ordinary events can take on a sinister air under the right circumstances. TV presenters spooked by poltergeist. During a live broadcast in Mexico featuring clairvoyant Moviente discussing angels, an unexpected and chilling event startled viewers and presenters alike. As Viente passionately shared his insights, a piece of the set inexplicably broke off and crashed to the ground, startling everyone on stage. Moments later, another set piece began to spin on its own, amplifying the eerie atmosphere. The presenters were visibly unnerved, exchanging nervous glances as the clairvoyant calmly claimed to sense a powerful spirit in the room. Viente suggested that the supernatural presence was responding to the discussion, intensifying the audience's unease. Speculation ran wild after the broadcast, with some attributing the incident to a poltergeist, while skeptics suggested it was a coincidence or a publicity stunt. Regardless of the cause, the spine-tingling moment gripped viewers and left an indelible mark on live TV history. This unsettling broadcast serves as a reminder of how unpredictable live television can be, and how easily the unexplained can captivate us. Ghost sighting during cemetery tour. While filming a Halloween segment at a cemetery, WNYT reporter Sam Hessler inadvertently captured what many believe to be a ghostly apparition. The segment, meant to highlight local folklore, took an eerie turn when viewers noticed a translucent figure floating across the graveyard in the background. Unseen by Hessler and the crew during filming, the figure was only discovered after the footage aired, instantly sparking a wave of speculation. Its movement was unnaturally smooth, and its ethereal appearance sent chills down the spines of viewers. The incident added an unsettling authenticity to the already spooky setting. Paranormal enthusiasts quickly debated the nature of the figure, Was it an actual ghost, or merely a trick of light and shadow? Despite analysis, the identity or origin of the figure remains a mystery. This haunting moment blurred the lines between fiction and reality, leaving audiences questioning what they had witnessed and cementing its place in live TV's creepiest moments. News anchor suffers stroke on air. On a seemingly routine broadcast, Oklahoma news anchor Julie Chin was reporting on a NASA launch when an unsettling moment unfolded live on air.
The Tulsa Air and Space Museum.
Despite the clear teleprompter text, Chin struggled to articulate her words, visibly distressed as she attempted to continue. Viewers watched in alarm as her sentences became increasingly fragmented, her confusion palpable. The broadcast, which began as an ordinary news segment, quickly took a dramatic turn when it became evident something was seriously wrong. Chin was experiencing the early signs of a stroke, a terrifying realization that struck both her colleagues and the audience. Her fellow news team acted swiftly, calling 911 as Chin was escorted off camera for medical attention. The incident served as a sobering reminder of the unpredictable nature of live television. Fortunately, Chin later shared that the stroke had been caught early, sparking important conversations about health awareness and emergency preparedness. Leave a number 1 in the comments if you're brave enough to watch until the end and see the top 30 creepiest things ever caught on live TV. You've been warned. Japanese tsunami ghosts. In the aftermath of Japan's devastating 2011 tsunami, chilling phenomena began to emerge, both on camera and in survivor accounts. Among the most unsettling were images of white, ghostly figures appearing in the water, seemingly leaping from waves before vanishing. These mysterious forms, captured by witnesses and local media, left an indelible impression on those who viewed them. Adding to the eerie atmosphere, survivors in tsunami-hit areas reported encounters with apparitions. Some claimed to see the spirits of lost loved ones, while others described ghostly figures hailing cabs late at night, only to disappear upon entering the vehicle. These stories sparked intense discussions about the afterlife and the spiritual toll of mass tragedies. The combination of photographic evidence and first-hand accounts fueled both fascination and fear. Whether seen as a manifestation of grief or something truly supernatural, these sightings remain an evocative reminder of the immense loss suffered that day. Even years later, the ghostly images and stories continue to haunt Japan's collective memory, blending sorrow and mystery in an unforgettable way. Twin sisters run into oncoming traffic. In a shocking and surreal moment captured by a BBC documentary crew, twin sisters Ursula and Sabrina Eriksson ran into traffic on a busy UK motorway in 2008. The scene unfolded chaotically as the sisters darted onto the M6, narrowly avoiding vehicles, while baffled drivers and emergency responders scrambled to intervene. Despite being struck by oncoming cars, both sisters exhibited extraordinary strength and defiance. Ursula sustained severe injuries, but Sabrina, regaining consciousness, lashed out violently, attacking an officer attempting to help her. The bizarre behavior was later attributed to a rare psychological condition known as shared psychosis, where delusions are transmitted between closely bonded individuals. Tragically, the incident's aftermath deepened its eerie legacy. Days later, Sabrina was involved in another horrifying event, fatally attacking a Good Samaritan who had offered her assistance. The case highlighted the complexities of mental health and raised unsettling questions about the mysterious bond that led the twins to their inexplicable actions. ABC Australia accidentally broadcast disturbing ritual. During a routine news segment on ABC Australia, viewers were abruptly confronted with a deeply unsettling scene. The broadcast cut unexpectedly to footage of robed figures gathered in a ritual setting, with one of them intoning the chilling words, "Hail Satan." The disturbing imagery, combined with the ominous tone of the scene, sent shockwaves through the audience. The clip quickly went viral on social media, igniting a flurry of speculation and outrage. In response, the anchor apologized, attributing the incident to a technical glitch. It was later revealed that the footage came from a pre-recorded segment about Satanism in schools. However, the explanation did little to quell public unease. For many, the sudden and jarring nature of the broadcast amplified its creepiness. Conspiracy theories about hidden agendas within the media began to swirl, adding to the controversy. This unsettling moment remains a stark reminder of live television's unpredictability and its ability to disturb and intrigue audiences alike. Pope Francis vanishes. A bizarre moment caught on video left viewers around the world scratching their heads. In 2020, a live stream from the Vatican appeared to show Pope Francis standing on a balcony overlooking St. Peter's Square. Before something inexplicable happened, as he turned to go inside, he seemed to vanish into thin air. The strange footage, broadcast live, quickly went viral, sparking a frenzy of speculation. Conspiracy theories ran wild, with some suggesting the Pope was a hologram designed to shield him from potential threats. Others posited that the event was a result of advanced editing or digital manipulation. While experts later attributed the incident to a possible camera or broadcast glitch, the mysterious visual effect left many unconvinced. The image of the Pope's sudden disappearance lingered, adding an air of intrigue to an otherwise ordinary moment. For some, it remains an enduring mystery, a strange intersection of modern technology and ancient religious tradition. Live magic trick gone wrong. During a Polish morning TV broadcast, presenter Marzena Rogalska became the unwitting victim of a magic trick gone awry. In the segment, a magician instructed her to slam her hand onto one of two paper bags, one empty, the other hiding a sharp nail. Meant to be a thrilling illusion, the trick took a horrifying turn when Rogalska's hand struck the bag containing the nail. Her cry of pain was audible as the crew and audience watched in shock. Though she thankfully only sustained superficial wounds, the mishap highlighted the unpredictable dangers of live television stunts. Rogalska maintained her composure as the show quickly cut to a commercial break, but the incident left a lasting impression on viewers. The footage quickly circulated online, sparking debates about the ethics of involving non-professionals in high-risk performances. While Rogalska recovered physically, the accident served as a cautionary tale about the potential hazards of live magic tricks. TV reporter nearly struck by lightning. While covering a fierce monsoon storm, reporter Matt Rodal experienced a heart-stopping moment that left viewers on edge. As Rodal delivered his live report, a bolt of lightning struck dangerously close, illuminating the sky and creating a deafening crack. The near miss was so close that sparks could be seen in the frame, and Rodal instinctively flinched before regaining his composure. Remarkably, he continued his broadcast despite the terrifying encounter, calmly finishing his segment as viewers took to social media to express their concern for his safety. Many praised his professionalism, while others criticized the network for placing him in such a hazardous situation. The incident served as a stark reminder of the risks faced by reporters in the field, particularly during extreme weather events. While Rodal emerged unscathed, the close call highlighted the unpredictable dangers of live reporting and left audiences both shaken and impressed by his dedication to the story. Rubsy's paranormal livestream. During a seemingly routine livestream, YouTuber Rubsy, who was pet-sitting at the time, inadvertently captured a series of chilling events that left viewers both captivated and unnerved. While chatting casually with his audience, a door behind him suddenly creaked open, then slammed shut with no apparent cause. Moments later, the lights in the room began to flicker and objects moved inexplicably, as though manipulated by an unseen force. Despite the unsettling occurrences, Rubsy maintained an eerie sense of calm, narrating the events to his audience with a level of composure that only heightened the creepy atmosphere. Viewers were torn between skepticism and belief, with some speculating the stream was an elaborate hoax, while others claimed it was genuine evidence of paranormal activity. Whether a clever stunt or an authentic brush with the supernatural, the incident remains one of the most memorable and debated moments in live streaming history, leaving audiences questioning what they had truly witnessed. 2002 Falun Gong hijackings. In 2002, Chinese state TV broadcasts were interrupted in a shocking act of defiance by Falun Gong members. During multiple hijackings, the group aired a film accusing the Chinese government of severe oppression and claimed that staged events were used to discredit them. These unauthorized broadcasts disrupted regular programming, including one high-profile instance during the FIFA World Cup finals, stunning millions of viewers. The boldness of these interruptions underscored the tense conflict between Falun Gong and the government. By leveraging state-controlled media, the group exposed its grievances to a wide audience, a rare feat in a tightly censored environment. The Chinese government quickly moved to restore control and reportedly launched crackdowns in response. While some praised the hijackings as courageous resistance, others criticized the risks involved in such direct confrontations. This extraordinary act of protest remains a potent symbol of resistance in the face of oppression, highlighting the lengths some will go to have their voices heard. A nearly fatal collision. While reporting on a routine highway incident, journalist Alex Savage experienced a harrowing brush with death, all captured live on camera. As he delivered his report near a busy California highway, an out-of-control car veered directly toward him. In a split-second reaction, Savage leapt out of the way, narrowly escaping what could have been a fatal collision. The live camera followed the chaos, briefly capturing the spinning hubcap of the car that nearly ended his life, a haunting detail that underscored the gravity of the moment. In the immediate aftermath, Savage's trembling voice conveyed the raw emotion of his near-death experience. Later reflecting on the incident, he expressed gratitude for his quick reflexes and the presence of his alert cameraman, who had warned him just in time. The footage served as a stark reminder of life's fragility, resonating deeply with viewers and highlighting the unpredictable dangers journalists often face in the field. Watching Alex Savage's near miss is truly chilling. Did you gasp when the car almost hit him? Comment yes or no. Wendy Williams passes out. During a live Halloween broadcast in 2017, talk show host Wendy Williams gave viewers a fright when she suddenly fainted on air. Dressed as the Statue of Liberty, Williams began slurring her words before stumbling backward and collapsing to the floor. The alarming incident left the audience in stunned silence as the show abruptly cut to commercial. Williams later explained that the fainting spell was caused by dehydration and overheating in her elaborate costume. To viewers' relief, she quickly recovered and returned to the stage, assuring everyone that she was fine and dismissing any speculation that the moment was a publicity stunt. Though unsettling, the incident highlighted her professionalism and resilience as she managed to finish the show despite the scare. Fans praised her for her determination, but the moment remains one of the most talked about live TV mishaps, serving as a reminder of the unpredictability of live broadcasting. Ventriloquist Senate candidate. During a memorable interview on Fox News, Senate candidate Barry Hinckley appeared alongside his young son in what became an unintentionally bizarre spectacle. As his son spoke, viewers noticed Hinckley subtly mouthing the boy's words in perfect sync, creating the unnerving illusion of a ventriloquist act. The odd behavior quickly became a viral moment, with critics and commentators ridiculing the surreal scene. Many found the display unsettling, as it gave the impression that Hinckley was trying to control his son's responses or overly coaching him. The incident sparked a flood of memes and parodies, overshadowing the substance of the interview. Hinckley later attributed his peculiar actions to nerves, but the damage was done. The strange moment became a talking point during his campaign, with some speculating it contributed to his ultimate election loss. To this day, the ventriloquist interview is remembered as a bizarre and unsettling example of how live television can capture unintended, career-defining missteps. Mysteriously moving glass of water. During a live Honduran morning show, an unsettling moment left viewers and the show's hosts stunned. While host Carlos Molina was mid-conversation, a glass of water on the desk began to slide inexplicably across the surface. Molina, startled by the movement, reacted with visible surprise, claiming he had felt a strange, chilling sensation moments before the event. The eerie occurrence immediately caught the attention of the audience and sparked widespread speculation. While some dismissed it as a harmless prank or a simple accident, Molina adamantly insisted there was no trickery involved. He later demonstrated how the glass seemed to stick firmly to the table after the incident, further deepening the mystery. The unexplained movement fueled debates about potential paranormal activity, with believers citing it as evidence of the supernatural and skeptics offering more grounded explanations like condensation. To this day, the incident remains a puzzling and debated live TV moment that left viewers questioning what they had witnessed. Blue light in New York City. On the evening of December 27, 2018, a brilliant blue light suddenly illuminated the New York City skyline, sending shockwaves of alarm and speculation through the city. The eerie glow, which lasted for several minutes, prompted widespread fears of an alien invasion or the onset of an apocalyptic event. As the light flashed, residents reported power flickers and outages throughout the city, and LaGuardia Airport experienced a significant blackout. Panic spread quickly, with people flooding social media with concerns and theories about the cause of the strange phenomenon. It wasn't until later that officials confirmed the source, a transformer explosion at a nearby power plant. While the explanation brought relief to many, it also revealed the vulnerability of the city's aging infrastructure. The blue light incident, initially seen as a mysterious and terrifying event, ultimately highlighted the fragility of urban power grids, leaving New Yorkers to reflect on the city's preparedness for future emergencies. UFO flashes intense bright light. During a live broadcast in Peru, a strange event left viewers and onlookers spellbound. Above the sea, an enigmatic light hovered, sparking curiosity and unease. Spectators aimed laser pens at the glowing orb, an attempt to provoke a reaction. To their astonishment, the light responded with an intense, blinding flash, captured live for the world to see. Despite extensive speculation, the source of the light remained unidentified. Some suggested it could be a fishing boat or a sophisticated drone, while others leaned into more extraordinary theories involving extraterrestrial activity. The eerie interaction between the lasers and the light only deepened the mystery, leaving experts and skeptics alike debating the event's significance. This incident quickly gained traction, fueling discussions about UFO sightings and their implications. While no definitive answers emerged, the moment remains a chilling example of unexplained phenomena captured on live television, proof that the universe may hold secrets far beyond our understanding. Spanish reporter with reptilian eyes. During a live news broadcast in Spain, an eagle-eyed viewer noticed something uncanny about the reporter's eyes. As he blinked, a second set of eyelids seemed to momentarily appear, giving his gaze an otherworldly and unsettling quality. The footage quickly went viral, fueling wild speculation that the reporter was a reptilian humanoid, a popular conspiracy theory about shape-shifting alien beings living among us. While some viewers eagerly embraced the bizarre explanation, skeptics pointed to more mundane possibilities, such as the use of reflective contact lenses or a camera glitch that distorted the image. Regardless of the cause, the moment sent a chill through audiences as the visual effect was undeniably eerie. The incident sparked debates about the power of perception and the role of technology in shaping conspiracies. Ultimately, it served as a reminder of how easily visual distortions can be misinterpreted, fueling false narratives and leaving viewers questioning what they had truly seen. Paranormal newspaper. A seemingly ordinary talk show in Albania took a bizarre turn when a newspaper flew off a table during a live broadcast. The host and guest, seated calmly at the time, were the only people present in the studio. The paper's sudden movement startled them, leaving both visibly bewildered. What made this moment even stranger was the lack of any apparent cause. There were no gusts of wind, wires, or other obvious explanations for the newspaper's flight. Speculation ran wild, with some attributing the incident to a mischievous poltergeist. Others theorized natural causes, though none were definitively proven. As the footage circulated, it captured the imaginations of viewers, sparking debates about the paranormal. Was this an elaborate prank, a simple coincidence, or something genuinely supernatural? The event remains a fascinating example of live TV's ability to capture the unexpected, leaving audiences questioning what they truly believe about the unknown. TV solidarity. During a live broadcast of a Polish crime show in the 1980s, viewers were shocked when the program was abruptly interrupted by anti-government messages. These messages, supporting the solidarity movement, urged citizens to boycott upcoming elections, calling attention to the mounting tension between the government and pro-democracy activists. The intrusion wasn't a random technical glitch, but a calculated act of defiance, orchestrated by 4 daring astronomers. Using their expertise, they managed to hijack the broadcast signal, delivering their message to an unsuspecting national audience. The bold move was short-lived, as authorities quickly identified and apprehended the perpetrators. Surprisingly, they faced only mild punishment, a detail that further fueled speculation and intrigue. This incident remains a testament to the ingenuity of protest during a time of political repression. It not only highlighted the growing resistance against the government, but also demonstrated the power of live television as a platform for unexpected and impactful acts of defiance. UFO at football match. In February 2019, an ordinary women's football match took an eerie turn when a red, glowing object was spotted hovering above the stadium. During the Arsenal vs Manchester United FA Women's League Cup semi-final, spectators were gripped by more than just the on-field action. A fan pointed out the unusual object in the sky, sparking speculation about its origin. The unidentified object floated in plain view, emitting a pulsating red light that contrasted with the floodlit stadium. Some suggested it was a drone, while others leaned toward a more mysterious explanation, a UFO. Interestingly, similar sightings were reported at other matches around the same time, including clashes between Melbourne Victory and Glory, as well as Brisbane Roar and Sydney. Though its true nature was never confirmed, the strange phenomenon became the talk of the night, adding an unexpected layer of intrigue to the game. The mystery remains unsolved, leaving a lasting impression on players and fans alike. Ghostly groundsman. A routine post-game analysis of a Sunderland vs Everton football match on Sky Sports in 2016 took an eerie turn when a mysterious figure appeared on screen. Resembling a groundsman tidying up the stadium, the figure moved briefly before vanishing into thin air, sparking immediate speculation of a ghostly presence. Moments later, a similar figure appeared, deepening the mystery and captivating fans watching live. Social media buzzed with confusion as viewers debated the origin of the enigmatic figures. Some theorized they were phantoms linked to the stadium's history, while others dismissed the incident as a technical glitch possibly caused by stock footage playing on a loop. Despite various theories, no definitive explanation emerged, leaving the strange occurrence shrouded in mystery. The incident added an unexpected chill to what was otherwise a typical football broadcast. To this day, the ghostly groundsman remains a spine-tingling reminder of the unexplained moments that can unfold on live television. Ghost or glitch, what's your final verdict on the ghostly groundsman? Comment below with your choice. Flemish secession hoax. In 2006, Belgian TV station RTBF shocked viewers by airing a fake news report claiming that Flanders had declared independence. The elaborate broadcast included interviews with prominent politicians, footage of jubilant crowds, and even a fabricated evacuation of the Belgian royal family. As the startling news unfolded, confusion and panic rippled through households across the nation. The hoax was so convincing that over 2,000 concerned viewers flooded the station with calls, desperate for answers. The accompanying website also crashed under the surge of traffic. Just 30 minutes later, RTBF revealed the broadcast was a staged exercise designed to provoke discussion about Belgium's fragile unity. While intended as a political statement, the stunt caused widespread anxiety and sparked heated debates about journalistic ethics. It highlighted the alarming potential for misinformation to spread through trusted media channels, leaving a lasting impression on both Belgium and the broader conversation about the power and responsibility of live television. Mystery voice at Queen's funeral. During the live broadcast of Queen Elizabeth II's funeral in 2022, a chilling moment unfolded that left millions of viewers unsettled. As the Queen's hearse made its solemn journey through West London, a mysterious female voice was faintly heard whispering about death and being trapped. The eerie utterance, caught during a deeply somber and historic occasion, immediately sparked a flurry of speculation on social media. Some viewers suggested a supernatural connection, with wild theories surfacing about Princess Diana's voice. Others speculated the sound might have been inadvertently captured by a presenter's microphone or a guest speaking nearby. Despite rational explanations, the timing of the whisper amidst the solemnity of the event lent an unsettling quality to the broadcast. Whether a technical anomaly or something more mysterious, the moment added an unexpected layer of intrigue to the ceremony, leaving a lingering question in the minds of viewers about what they truly heard that day. Playboy Channel religious message. In 1987, viewers of the Playboy Channel were caught off guard when an adult film was abruptly interrupted by a starkly different message. Instead of the expected programming, religious Bible verses filled the screen, urging viewers to repent and observe the Sabbath. The jarring broadcast was a startling contrast to the channel's usual content, leaving many stunned and confused. It was later revealed that Thomas Haney, a technician working for the Christian Broadcasting Network, was behind the interruption. Using his knowledge of satellite systems, Haney executed what would become a famous instance of satellite piracy. His actions led to a conviction, marking a notable case of media tampering in the era of emerging satellite technology. This unexpected moral intervention on an adult entertainment network became a cultural curiosity, sparking debates about free speech, morality, and media security. The incident remains a fascinating example of the unexpected power individuals can wield over live broadcasting. The Great Tantra Challenge. In 2008, Indian television witnessed an extraordinary showdown between science and superstition during a live broadcast known as the Great Tantra Challenge. A self-proclaimed tantric guru boldly claimed he could kill a man using his mystical powers. Author and rationalist Sanal Edamaruku stepped forward, challenging the guru to test his abilities by attempting to kill him live on air. As cameras rolled and millions tuned in, the guru performed an elaborate series of rituals for hours. He chanted, gestured, and invoked his supposed powers, yet Edamaruku sat unfazed. When his efforts failed, the guru dismissed the result, claiming Edamaruku was protected by a more powerful god. Edamaruku, however, calmly reminded viewers that he was an atheist, leaving no room for divine intervention in the outcome. The event captivated viewers and exposed the guru's claims as fraudulent, marking a pivotal moment in India's battle against superstition and reinforcing the importance of critical thinking and scientific inquiry. Dutch TV presenters eat each other. In a jaw-dropping stunt aired in 2011, Dutch TV presenters Dennis Storm and Valerio Zeno shocked viewers on their show Guinea Pigs by consuming pieces of each other's flesh live on television. This unsettling experiment, aimed at exploring the extremes of human curiosity, involved the surgical removal of small bits of flesh from Storm's buttock and Zeno's abdomen. Once removed, the pieces were handed to a professional chef who prepared and cooked the tissue for the presenters to eat. The pair sat across from each other, consuming the cooked flesh in a moment that blurred the lines between experimentation and provocation. The stunt, though technically legal in the Netherlands due to specific cannibalism laws, sparked widespread outrage and disgust among viewers, with many questioning the ethical boundaries of live television. Despite the backlash, the incident remains a chilling and infamous example of how far some will go to push the limits of on-screen behavior. In this episode, we've explored how a single interview can shatter a celebrity's career. It's a stark reminder of the power of words and the impact they can have on public perception. But we want to hear from you. Which celebrity's controversial chat made you rethink your fandom? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe to the Iconic Inside channel for more engaging content. Let's keep the conversation going.